Hey, good morning, 7th graders. Thankful for this day that God's given us, for the blessings that He's given us. And we pray that we would use this day to love Him and to love others. I hope that you found the to-do list. By watching this video, I know that you probably have, but there's quite a few little details in the instructions, so it's important today to read each step carefully. I'm going to walk through those with you a second. That way I might be able to explain anything that is unclear. All right. So after you watch this instructional video, you're going to use page A10 and 11 in your textbook. Remember the 5-color rule that we talked about. Whatever 5 colors that you used on Monday or Tuesday, you're going to continue using those same 5 colors and in a repeating pattern as we create our political map of the United States. And we're going to go on to outline and shade the southern states, okay? And then list the state and capital on the corresponding line. I've given you all the numbers of the states that need to be done. So let's take a look at this. I wish my dot cam would show up on here, but it doesn't. But this is how far we are. And so you're going to continue the same patterns, the same rules that we talked about the other day. So hopefully it's fresh in your mind. But state 12 is the first southern state, so you're going to outline it in what other color. I might actually, if I were you, start backwards up here so that you can make sure you don't run into a repeating pattern. So I might actually just start with West Virginia and Virginia and work my way south. But it's up to you what direction you work. Outline them, shade them, and then of course on the line that corresponds with that, you're going to write the state, comma, and then the capital. And we are 7th grade cartographers, so we always capitalize cities and we always capitalize states. So the first thing that you're going to do is work on the southern states. And all the information that you need is right here in step 2. Okay? Step 3, you're going to play Kahoot by yourself, but anyone who plays this Kahoot will then be challenging each other's score. So go ahead and go to this and maybe just log in with your, like we did the other day, your first initial, your last name, and then your birth year. That will be your username and people will be able to know who you are. I haven't played it like this. This is something new that Kahoot did for schools, a lot of schools obviously doing distance learning. So you're going to just go in and play it, and then you can kind of check how you do against other people that are using this same link to play. So play this Southern States Kahoot. Then we're going to continue on learning the words adapted, colonize, and plantations as kind of a nice framework to describe the early history of the United States. So yesterday we got as far as we talked about how the Eastern Woodlands Native Americans adapted to their environment and the Plains Indians. So now you're going to go on to the Southwest and the West. The link is right here. Here's your username and password that you have to use to get into that link. And then go ahead and take notes on that about ways that they adapted. What shelters did they have? How did they survive as far as hunting? What did they grow? What did they wear? How did that reflect their environment? So those two. And again, this is a little bit of a cheesy video, but hang in there. All right. Then you're going to scroll down and do the same thing here. Here is the link to tell us about Columbus and his expeditions and how it led to the colonization of America. If you need to use a password, you can just go up here and check it out. I think once you've logged in once, you're good to go though, but I just give you that tip in case. As you're watching, what I'd like you to do in this box is give me a bulleted list of 5 important things that you learned about Columbus, kind of main ideas, big facts about his expeditions and the early colonization of America, their interactions with the Native Americans that were living there. Okay, and then we're going to go down the road about 100 years or so, and we're going to talk about life on the southern plantation. Here is the video on that. This is a short one, I think 2 minutes or 3 minutes. And in a bulleted list, you're going to list 2 important facts that you learn about Southern plantations right here. Okay? Again, that gives us a summary of the history of the United States. The Native Americans were here long before Europeans arrived. They adapted to their environment and they were thriving. The Europeans arrived, settled in, and started to colonize. And those colonies flourished in such a way that they were able to establish these large plantations and really benefit from tobacco and cotton economy because of cheap labor. And they were able to flourish and make money, and the colonies began to grow. So that kind of helps you just give a basic 20-second history of the United States. All right, so I hope that that is clear to you. When you're done with those video notes, you can submit. This you're going to store carefully in your geography folder. Please email me with questions. I hope you have a great day. I'm here to help if you need anything. Thanks, Chargers.